Hello. Look, it's my Stephen Carpenter signature guitar. How glorious. Anyway, so yeah, I got this guitar. It had a problem. The bridge saddles were worn out. Uh-oh. I'm about to wreck everything right now. Sorry, I should have set this up earlier. So yeah, I got this guitar. It was a really good price from this cool guy, and the bridge saddles were worn out. I would try to raise up the bridge, but the strings would kind of hit the bridge, the edge of the bridge right here. You know what I mean? And I was like, man, why is that happening? Like, why can't I get it set up? This guitar is stupid. I hate Stephen Carpenter. Fuck the Deftones. But then I was like, then I realized, yeah, it was actually the bridge saddles were really worn out. I don't know if you can see that, but they weren't just notches anymore. The strings had kind of like totally gotten, yeah, you can see that right there. It's like a total half circle, man. I mean, he had this guitar for a while, probably toured with it, kind of a guy known in the Chula Vista hardcore scene. Anyway, so I was like, I'm gonna get a Tune-O-Matic bridge, 7-string, one of the black ones instead of chrome, and it's gonna be cool. But they're like $70, and I was like, man. And so what I ended up doing was, instead I got a generic like $8 or $12, I forget how much it was on Amazon, generic 6-string bridge. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna replace, like, you know, the top ones, you know, the ones that really, you know, the top strings that are banging into the bridge when I try to raise the action. And it worked, except when I got to like about this string or this string, that I started to get bridge rattle, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And I tried the spring trick where you take a spring from a clicker pen and you insert it behind or in front of the saddle, you know, to hold it in place so it adds tension, but it was still rattling. It didn't do anything. And so I was really kind of stressed out about that, because I tried to ignore it while playing, and, you know, there's just no ignoring that. So, you know, because it was a generic bridge, I was like, you know, maybe the saddles are, you know, slightly different sizes, each one, because they're not, you know, it's generic. So I swapped it out for another one, and it went away. I was like, man, maybe I took away too much filth, and there's just too much room, and that's what I noticed. Basically, there was too much room for movement for the saddle, and so I would, you know, strum or pluck the string, and it would, you know, basically it was rattling inside the pocket, or whatever you want to call it, and it was just banging around in there. So I did that, and it went away, and I was really relieved, and that was really cool. So yeah, that is how I solved that problem. It's a pretty cool guitar. It plays a lot better now since I did that, and yeah, rosewood fretboard. Again, it's the cheapest Stephen Carpenter signature. I'm not that huge of a fan of Stephen Carpenter. I would much rather have, you know, like a Keith Merrow or a Jeff Loomis, or maybe even you know, an Ibanez 7-string. You know, I'm not a huge fan of the Floyd Rose or the floating bridges or whatever. I like the stop bar tailpiece, the fixed bridges. But yeah, it ended up working out. I'm not done setting it up, but yeah, it's pretty good now. So yeah, bye-bye.